Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yokoman here and welcome back to another episode of this Leverkusen career mode here. And in today's episode, the transfer window is going to open. We're going to do January. We're also going to play against Gladbach and Dortmund. So two huge games in the league with teams around us, which is going to be massive, as well as the transfer window being open. And I'm not fully sure what I'm looking for in the window. Got a few players on our transfer hub. I'm going to actually check out the transfer list as well, because I don't know if they've improved that. And I don't know. I think we need a winger. I think that's probably the position I'm going to look at. I might have a look at the squad as well, kind of assess it, see what position I think we need. But yeah, I think a winger. And then obviously, we're still going with the mantra that if a big offer comes in, Leverkusen is a selling club. We don't have tons and tons of money. If a ridiculous offer comes in for a player that, you know, probably would be sold, we will sell them. So, I mean, first things first, we need to tie up a few contracts. We've got both of the Bender brothers that need their contracts doing, but Lars has been sold. He's going. So we need to tie down Sven. Let's delegate these as well, by the way. We will delegate it. See how much he wants. 84, 3 years. That's absolutely fine. Pivotal player for the club. We've got Baumgartlinger as well. And I would really prefer to have sold him. So that's a mistake. And then two youngsters who I think we're going to tie down anyway because they are improving slowly. So we will tie them down. We'll delegate renewals for them and hopefully get decent deals. Yeah, we've got a decent one there. But yeah, I mean, the big question is Baumgartlinger, what do we do? Do I just let him go on a free? He's worth 5 million on 45k wages. I don't particularly want to give him a new contract. So I'm not sure. I thought we delegated this already. Okay, so that's... You can sign off on these terms, reject... So we accept that. He's been given it. Okay, so it was a different player that we'd given the contract to. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So we still need to give him as well. Let's delegate that one. And we are going to look to maybe loan out a few players as well at the same time. But yeah, Baumgartlinger is just... I don't know. He's an expense, isn't he? He's on the books. Can we add him to the transfer list? I don't know if we can sell him this window or if teams can approach him. I don't think that's a thing anymore. So... hopefully we'll sell him because I don't really want to re-sign him. Let's look at what they would say that we should delegate at. Yeah, you see, it's give him more money. I don't really want to re-sign him. So if we can, I think we're going to look to sell him. It feels like a shame because he's a good player, but I mean, what kind of match stats has he got this season? 11 games, so he's not played them all, and we're bringing in Arnold as well. 7 goals from Maximilian Arnold, proving to be a fantastic signing for us. I think Baumgartlinger's days are numbered, and I think we'll let him go. Right, guys, also toying around with some new different formations, and I kind of like the idea of trying 3 at the back with a DM as well, and 2 up top. So we're going to give this one a go at some stage. Don't know if it'll be in this episode with us playing Dortmund and Gladbach, although we might see how they both line up, and if they play 2 up top, or maybe even just against Dortmund, having more defensive players, this could be an option. I don't know if it's going to work. I just like the idea of it, and a couple of people have suggested different formations. I'm also thinking one that's a 5 at the back, obviously wing back, so it's not really a 5 at the back, it's still 3 centre-backs and 2 wing-backs instead of 2 wingers, so we might set one up like that as well. But yeah, this is just kind of the vibe. I want to try out some different stuff with the team. So the transfer window is open. Bender departs, and we'll get the money in for that. He's gone to Juve. Also, Wirtz is going to on loan to Schalke. So now we can start looking at some players on who we think we should be bringing in. So these are players we've got on the transfer hub at the moment. Now, a lot of them are just players that I'm toying with the idea of signing them. Oliver Torres would be as a left winger. It wouldn't be as a CM, by the way. We'd sign him and retrain him instantly to play left winger. I mean, he can already play it, but we'd make that his base position and more because I think he'll be fairly cheap. Jean Mario, obviously someone we wanted but went to Lyon, but I still have my eye on him for future seasons. Maybe De Paul, if we could retrain him to play out wide, potentially, but maybe not now. Paqueta, we probably won't go for, but Kessie was someone who I was looking at as a very strong centre mid, but obviously there's just a few players on here that we've been looking at. Now this guy, Dejan, looks like an absolute beast. Now we could do with right-sided winger as well, but I'm just not sure how much he's going to cost. 20-year-old from Sweden. Never heard of him before. Obviously, I've heard about him now, and I think he could be very good for us. I mean, what does it recommend? See, 38.5 to 54. Like, he's highly touted. Really highly touted. So probably not for us. And then another one, Rebic, a player who I wouldn't mind. We'd train him to play on the wing as well, without a doubt. Probably on the right wing. I can't remember if he's right-footed or not. Preferred foot is right, so we train him to play on the right wing. He's just recently joined, so apparently will not sign for us, which is is a little bit strange because it's been 6 months now, but this could be because of strict transfers. They might have to have a full year now at teams before they'll sign for you with strict transfers on. So Rebic is maybe one for the future, but not for this season. So at the moment, we're sitting on 42 million. I've just had a little bit of a browse. I've looked at a few more players to put on the transfer hub, especially in the wing positions. Now, I still think that Oliver Torres could be a player that we go for. Still think he could be a player that we go for. And that would free Bailey to always play on the right. He could be. I've added Fekir just because, you know, I love Fekir. I think he's brilliant. And I think he'd be fantastic for us. But I do imagine they'll want a high amount of money for him. And we can't afford him this season. So then I was looking at right wingers. And I did manage to find Christian Porto, a player I've used before a long time ago. Fantastic player at Real Sociedad, right wing, right mid, and centre forward. Now, he could command anywhere between 38 to 51. If we can get him for like 40, that would suit our budget. But again, he's an expensive right winger. He's on the upper end of a right winger, and we've already got Bellarabi. So, I don't know. I'm in two minds. I think I'd prefer a younger right winger, and that potentially being Oliver Torres. I know he's 26, but he's someone who's not at 78 rated, not going to be someone that's going to cost us a ton. He's going to be more of a rotation player than someone who is going to be forced into the position. I'm happy for him to play left wing and Bailey to be permanently right wing and work it that way. And I think we could get him for like the low to mid 20 millions. He would be a damn sight cheaper than Porto, and I would maybe favour Bellarabi over Porto as well. So at this moment in time, I'm leaning towards Oliver Torres. And he's versatile as well, which helps us. But yeah, I think I'm leaning towards making that transfer. I know it's a bit of an interesting one. A player I've never used before as well. Let's add that. But I think that might be the move we make, because although Porto would be great, he would be a starter, and Bellarabi for me is our starter. I'm more than happy with him being the starter in the team. Well, interesting news article here. Barcelona have signed Milan Skriniar. What a fantastic signing it'll be for Barcelona. Obviously, in the background, there's still the flickering. If it's doing you nutting, it's doing mine in as well. Honestly, don't blame you. It's doing mine in as well. The game's been patched a couple of times now, and it seems to still be an issue. Only on PC, might I add, but still seems to be an issue. Sucks being a PC user sometimes when it comes to sports games like this. They really need to sort this out. It's frustrating, but I imagine because the game's on PC, they're probably not going to be as stressed about it. More people buy it for different for the two consoles. Zinchenko has gone from Manchester City to PSG. Odegaard has joined Man United, and Juve have signed, by the looks of it, Adama Traore. So some big deals going through there as well. Sevilla sealed deal for Renato Augusto as well. Interesting. So it appears they can go on a free on the contracts, and Baumgartlinger has been approached by Ajax. He's also been approached by Galatasaray, so he is going to be leaving us, unfortunately. We've got a transfer offer here for Sven Bender, someone who's just re-signed a contract. I've got no interest in letting go, but yeah, unfortunately, he can agree a contract on a free. It's a shame, but I mean, his value is 3.9 million. He's 33, and the wage he would have wanted is just, it's not in our price range for someone of his caliber, unfortunately. So we're going to take a quick peek now and check out the transfer list, see if that's changed at all, really. I know in past games the transfer list hasn't been very beneficial for people, but we'll see if they made any changes to it. Like, none of the names so far I'm being drawn to, like, at all. Obviously, for a club of our stature, there probably aren't going to be many names that are drawn to me. You know, David Nugent there for people. Being at Bayer Leverkusen, there's probably not going to be many players on this list whatsoever that probably fit the mould for us. There's not going to be many teams allowing players to go out on loan. Look at that, Goran Pandev. But I suppose if you're a smaller team, sorry, on transfer list, if you're a smaller team, then maybe. I was just intrigued to see if bigger names went on the transfer list. You got Huntelaar there, you know, absolute legend, Lee Gregory. Lee Gregory's not a legend, by the way. Definitely not. But yeah, there's no big names, really. There is no big names. You know, Marco van Ginkel's not a bad name to have on the list, to be fair. The forgotten man at Chelsea. Good player, very good player. But there's not many big names, unfortunately, when we're going through the list. And we're going to reach the bottom here pretty swiftly and realise that there was no one really that we would pick up, which is a bit of a shame because I'd love for players, well, we've seen it when you're controlling a team, your own players request transfers. I'd love for players to be upset at other clubs and to request a transfer, and that's why they're listed. And you know that they're listed because they're upset at the club. Really, in reality, the transfer list is the same as I imagine it has been in other FIFAs, and it's not very extensive, and there's not that many players on there, really, to be honest with you, that are worth anything, really. Not worth anything for a team at our level, anyway. Maybe if you're a smaller team, there's a couple of players there, mainly aging players, which is a problem that you might pick up for a season, but I highly doubt it, to be fair. So I've made up my mind, guys. We are going to go in for Oliver Torres. He's got 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. I just really like the idea of signing him. I think he's going to be a very good player for us. He's also got high attacking work rate, which is decent for us. He's fairly quick as well, if I remember. Oh, he's actually not as quick as I remember, but I think he'll be decent. Very skillful on the ball, and will train his speed. He's got playmaker, long passer, flair, technical dribbler. I do like the idea. We're going to go in for Torres. Why not? I've never used him before. I'd like to use new players. We're not going to pay the release clause, though. Bear in mind, though, I'm going to get a good deal on him. And if I don't get a good deal, I won't sign him. So I'm going to start off at 16 million and see what they say to 16. So they want Sven Bender, which instantly I'm going to, remove that exchange player. They're not getting him. And now we will go up to the 17.5 million, which is what he's actually valued at, and see what they say. They want that in a 9% sell-on clause, but I am going to drive a hard bargain here. I'm going to knock them down to a 5% sell-on clause and see if they'll accept that. There we go. Done deal. I think that's a decent deal as well. Fairly cheap. We got him cheaper than expected, and I'm going to be happy with that one. I am going to, however, delegate the wages, though, but I think that should be it. Oliver Torres, done deal. Centre mid and left wing. I'm quite happy with that. I think it'll be decent for us. So it is a done deal. Oliver Torres has signed, and I just think he was probably the cheap option. So the transfer business we've done this year, I'm pretty happy with. I know people are going to be like, oh, Oliver Torres, why did you sign him? I signed him because I've never used him before, and I think it's a good deal. We haven't spent much. We spent 17.5 million on him. I don't think we could have got anyone who was going to come in this year as a replacement player, be versatile, that he could play CM and left wing for cheaper. I just don't think we could have done. So I'm happy with the deal. We'll save our money for next season, where we'll probably put down a big wad of cash on someone maybe like Porto, or bring in Fekir and use him on the right-hand side. So Baumgartlinger has agreed a contract with Galatasaray, and we'll leave them at the end of the season. We kind of saw it coming. I'm not too upset about it. So I've been browsing some other options for us, and I think if we're going to potentially use a free at the back at times, we're going to be very tired when it comes to centre-back. So I think we need another centre-back, and I can't look no further than Perez, the Argentine at Atletico Madrid. So we are going to try and sign him. I think he's going to be fairly cheap. As you can see there, 13.3 to 18.7. I'm excited. I think he'll be a great centre-back for us. We're not going to do the release clause, obviously. I'm going to go in. I'm going to try and drive a little bit of a hard bargain. Why the hell not? I mean, I definitely shouldn't be wearing that hat to this. I mean, they reckon that 13 is a potential route for us. So let's go 13.5 and see if they'll accept this. I'm sure they'll come back with a counter. Probably Sven Bender on it. There we go. Sven Bender on it, of course. I'm going to counter that. We need more centre-backs, I think. So 13 didn't tickle their fancy, so I will go up to 14.4. I'm quite happy with this deal if we can get him for this, and they will accept it. That's a very good deal for Perez. 20 years of age, 78 rated, Argentine centre-back. Brilliant. We're going to delegate and hopefully get a decent deal for him, but excited to see if that'll go through. And yeah, great centre-back option. So we've got a transfer offer here for Restos. Obviously, we're not going to sell him. He's so versatile. They have offered us a striker, but it's no Ajax. We've turned an offer down already that was a swap deal. He's too versatile for me. At 22, he can play centre-back, right-back, and left-back. He can cover all the back lines, so no, not a chance. So we're still waiting for the transfer deal to come back, but we will enter the press conference. And what we've got here, talking about Oliver Torres, I'm going to say he needs to settle first, and I think he does, definitely. The fans believe losing Ilario to be a blow. Oh, we're still talking about Ilario. Wow, man. Is he ready to step up? It's up to the lad himself. He's got all the tools. We will say that about Silas. He's a fantastic player for us. Can your boys win this time? We'll have to give it everything. I'm feeling confident. I am feeling fairly confident. We'll be a little bit cocky with this one because I am feeling confident. Well, press conference done. This will be the team for today's game. This is a massive game for us, considering that they are just above us by a point. I've heeded some advice, and I don't know why we haven't tried this before, but we're going to play Kramaric in behind Schick. So Schick will start up top, and Kramaric just behind him. Maximilian Arnold, obviously, is on fire, so he'll be playing Bellarabi, Bailey. It's a strong side. I really do fancy us, but we'll see how we can get on. So here we go, guys. Massive game against Gladbach here. Match day 18. Halfway stage. This is really important. We're away. We need to have a good result. We really do, because we're a point off these, and I think we're touching top 6, and top 6 should definitely be the aim. The team is looking very strong. I'm intrigued to see how Schick and Kramaric play well together, hopefully. But let's take the game to Gladbach in this one. And one of the biggest issues is that Gladbach's got a fantastic squad. I certainly ain't going to forget that. Gladbach have a fantastic squad, and unfortunately for me here, it's hard to really see in the sun what's going on the pitch, which is not great news. But yeah, Gladbach have a fantastic team, so this, I'm not taking them lightly. This is going to be a really tough game, I imagine. Both games in today's episode is going to be a tough one, but we do have a week in between both of them, so fitness-wise, I'm not really too worried. I think we'll have our strongest side out regardless. Wendell does very well there. I can't see if he'd kept it in with the... Oh, what's going on? That's not the pass I wanted to play. This is not the pass you wanted to play. This is my first game of today, though. So, that might happen a couple of times. But certainly not the pass we were aiming for. Let's see if we can win it back. Zakaria, well blocked by Tar. Can he get to it? He cannot. So, we need to stay tight on Zakaria. Someone recommended we signed him, and now we're going to be given an opportunity to break forward with Kramaric. And Schick has the ball now, and I will slot it into Bellarabi. Bellarabi now, dangerous position for him. What's he going to do? We'll pull it back for Kramaric. Surely 1-0. 1-0. Kramaric on the score sheet. Bellarabi to Kramaric. Great play. Great counter-attacking football from the lads. And 1-0. And maybe Kramaric at Cam should have been what we were doing all along. Maybe I should listen to the viewers more often. But we'll take that. A little bit sweaty, but you've got to take them, haven't you? You've got to take them when you can. And we'll take that one all day long. Great finish. Well, 1-0. But it's very early. It's very, very early. The counter-attack was fantastic, though, but it's still extremely early days, so I'm not going to get too excited. I feel like I've definitely improved on the game over time. If anyone's been watching the live streams, they'll know this for sure, that I've struggled. I've gone through my rough patches. I've earned the right to be better at the game, without a doubt. If you haven't checked out the live streams, come and check us out over on Twitch TV. It's not just FIFA, it's Football Manager as well, but we have a Wickham career mode going at the minute. 6 goals in 17 appearances for Kramaric. I'm really happy with him this season so far. My only complaint would be a few more goals, but someone mentioned that I seem to score a lot from Cam, and I think I even pointed that out myself, that I seem to score a lot from Cam. So if we can do... Oh, he just stopped the run. He just stopped the run. I thought that was a big moment. I seem to score a lot from Cam, and if we're going to do that, maybe Kramaric is the man to have at Cam. What can we do here? Oh, they've played a beautiful ball, but he's offside. Thank you. Arnold now in space. What we're going to do, we're going to play it on. Shit, we'll give and go. He won't give and go, unfortunately for me. What can we do here with Bailey? I'll pull it back. I haven't got many options. I'll fire it with Bailey. Probably not the right choice. Maybe I should have fired that across, but we've got the ball straight back. I do it now. Arias. Dangerous for Arias here. He loses it, unfortunately. Not dangerous enough from him. But we do have men back. And playing Arnold and Aaron Geese just gives us a little bit of solidity, I think, in centre mid. And just makes us really difficult to break down. That partnership I've found a lot of joy with, and I've really enjoyed using. And I'm looking forward to using even more as they break forward here. Well in Wendell. Well in Wendell indeed. And now we're going to have to break away. And it might be with Bailey. It is going to be with Bailey. You know it's going to be with Bailey. What can Leon Bailey do? Is he going to be selfish? He's going to score it surely. Leon Bailey. 2-0. 2-0 by Leverkusen. Leon Bailey's a superb player. I'm not going to lie, lads. Leon Bailey, a superb player. You know, I was favouring Diaby. And since, you know, Diaby got injured, Bailey got his opportunity, I just can't look past him. I just could not look past him. Brilliant. Outside of the foot. Didn't stand a chance to keeper. They've got into a dangerous position here. Well blocked by Tar, really, in the end. Needed to move the ball quickly. I'll move that forward with Bailey. Can I get on the end of it? Oh, I will get on the end of it. And Bailey's just so quick. It's disgusting how fast he is, honestly. He's just a threat at every stage of the game, and it's a terrible ball in the end from Kramaric, but he just really is a threat down that side. I wouldn't want to come up against him if I were the opposition. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want to come up against Maximilian Arnold and Aaron Geese, because you're going to be lucky to keep the ball in centre midfield all day, as Maximilian Arnold there wins it back and Aaron Geese holds it up and try to play that forward. But half-time, 2-0 to the good. Decent performance so far from us. Kramaric getting himself a goal as well, which is always decent. A little bit of a poacher's goal and a fantastic one. A handful for defenders. Leon Bailey exactly would agree with that sentiment. Well, more of the same in the second half for my liking. I'll have more of the same, please. Great performance in this first half. Really good performance. Kramaric now finds Arias. He's going to probably ask Schick to run. Oh, that was beautiful from Schick. Can he finish it, though? Great save from Sommer. Great save from Sommer. Oh, wow. What footwork from Schick. That's the best we've seen him do so far. We're going to be kind to the lads, make a couple of subs there. I'm going to bring on Oliver Torres and bring off Bellarabi. Swap Leon Bailey to the right. And we will also bring on Derambe in centre mid. We'll see what we could do. Aaron Geese's tired legs, unfortunately for him. Let's whip this one in. You've got to whip a few more balls in, haven't we, when we've got players like Schick up top. Wow, that's terrible from them. Let's just play that back from Arnold. Will I get this to my man? I will in the end, but it's not great. Unfortunately for Torres, it wasn't a fantastic position for him to find himself in. Correa now will try and lift that one forward. He'll get it forward as well, and the sun is in my eyes like a madman here. This is dreadful. I couldn't really see what was going on there, but we can see now down the wing. I'm old. I can't be seeing that far forward. What can we do here? Oh, we've got to be careful. I can't go diving in. They whip it in the end, but it's straight to Hardecki. Well, we were in the midst of a very sloppy second half, to be honest with you. That one moment for Schick, and that's literally about it. It's been very sloppy from us. I can't say I've been happy. Oliver Torres down now will go forward for the first time. And I will send my runner on. And I'll try and lift it to him. I tried to go for something a little bit different. As you saw, though, I made him make the run, which was nice to see. Imagine if we scored from this one. Maximilian Arnold now. I'll pull that one back. I can't see anything special happening from there. Let's play it wide. Oh, we'll keep going. Now we've got some space. Oliver Torres in his first game. I mean, Amiri ran with me all the way. I wanted to put that ball across, and Amiri just stood right next to me. Be Schick who picks the ball up. Finds Tar. Moves the ball to Diarambe. He's got to do better. What's that shot? What is that shot? Arnold now, though. Finding Wendell. Can we do it yet? I'm going to float this one across. We're going to get the header on it, but it's Amiri in a very awkward position, to be fair. Maybe I should have brought that down. It's a terrible header. And Amiri now. I'm going to pull it back inside. Oh, we're going to find Schick here late on. Schick! Oh, unlucky for him. That's his best opportunity at the game. I would have said so anyway. Clean through. Schick. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. He's looked way more lively in this game, though, and him and Kramaric seem to have a pretty decent partnership. Him and Amiri now having a decent partnership as well. There you have it. Full time, lads, and a fantastic victory for us. I couldn't be happier. 2-0 win. Exactly what the doctor ordered against Gladbach, a team that was always going to be difficult. And Jan Sommer actually had a very good game. Stopped us a couple of times. But the man of the moment, Leon Bailey, he was brilliant in this one. So we've managed to get our man Perez is in. New centre-back here at Bayer Leverkusen. I'm very excited to have him on board. We've brought in some good young players this time round. Him and Silas as well now, who's improved a lot since he's been here. So yeah, I'm excited to get Perez in. Right, so we've received a loan offer for Paulinho. Now, it's interesting. It's a 2-year loan. And Paulinho, so far, he's been very good for us when he's played, but he isn't first name on the team sheet. I'm going to have to renegotiate a new contract with him as well because of that release clause. In fact, we'll do that first. I'll go and renegotiate a new contract with him. So, new contract renegotiated, 4 years on the contract. Absolutely over the moon with that. But the big question is do we loan him out? Now, he'd come back at the age of 22, and I don't know, I think this could be a decent deal for him. It gives him 2 years away from the club, an opportunity for him to get a lot of game time. It's a big question, really, isn't it? It's a big question. Oh, they've broken down. Talks are broken down because I offered him a new contract, basically. Okay, fair enough. So transfer offer for Amiri from Manchester United. Now, it's not a big offer, so we're not going to sell him. But obviously, if Man United had to come in with a blockbuster offer there, probably 30 plus million, we would have sold Amiri. Because, to be honest with you, I want it to be fairly realistic to a degree. And we just sold him. You know, Leverkusen, if someone comes in for a big bid for a player like Amiri, we'd have probably let him go. So, not a good enough offer for me and for my liking. He's been superb for us this season. If they come in with a bigger one, though, we will let Amiri go. Right, guys, so the big game of today's episode. Now, I know some people have been crying out for this game to be a live comp, and it will be today. And our issue is they're playing two up top. And I thought when they played two up top, we played the three at the back. So I'm in two minds now of whether we play the three at the back. We could always change to this, or whether we just go exactly with what we just played in the last game. Right, so I've made my mind up. We're going to bite the bullet. They're playing two up top, so we're going to kind of match them to a degree. Kramaric and Schick up top, three in centre mid. We're basically playing the exact same position. Let's see how we get on. They've got an unbelievable team, but we're the home side, and we're in a rich vein of form. I take a point. I take a point now, to be honest with you, lads. Well, here we go, guys. Match day 19, and they don't get much bigger than this one. Dortmund are in town. Dortmund are in town. They look very good. I believe they've got the forward player from Werder Bremen starting up top with Haaland. Rashia, is it? I'm not sure. You know my pronunciations, lads. They ain't great. They ain't great. That ain't my strong suit. But this is going to be a tough one. They've got a very strong team. They've got a very, very strong team. Sancho obviously still in that team as well. Player to watch, yeah, Rashia. The young lad from Werder Bremen. He's got 3 goals this season, though, so he's not been absolutely potent, not been ripping up the league, and Dortmund aren't having the greatest of seasons, so this could be a good opportunity for us. Well, I'm excited about this one, and I'm excited about the new formation. We've got some real good workers in this central midfield. We really do. I think we're going to cause them problems. Some real hard workers. Arnold and Aaron Gies, and then Palacios maybe with a little bit more license to go forward. Bellarabi now early doors. Lifted up there by Kramaric, but he is going to be caught by Guerrero. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we perform under this formation. I don't know how good it's going to be. 2 up top, though. So, it'll be interesting to see what we could do going forward. And 3 at the back, which hopefully will be able to help us deal with their 2 strikers, if we can. Sancho, the ball's been nicked off in there early. And Leon Bailey against Sancho on this side is what I'm excited to see. And this is great play from them already. Leon Bailey now, what can he do? I'm going to whip this one in. Back post to Kramaric. And Piszczek needed to be there then, didn't he? He really needed to be there then. But now, it's going to be end-to-end this. I can feel it. It's going to be an opportunity for them with Haaland, and what can we do? He ends up playing it back. It's been a pretty stale game so far, to be honest with you. Just each team matching each other up and fighting for possession. Rayleigh in the centre of midfield, and wow, what a shot there. I don't know who took that. It might have been Emre Can, but what a shot. Well saved by Hardek. He was kind of at him, though. I thought he'd moved out of position for a second. Corner kick now to Dortmund. What can they do with it? Hopefully not a lot. Haaland is in there. We've got to keep our eye on him. Dangerous, dangerous player. The sooner they sell him, the better, I think, for us in this league. Aaron Gies found himself in space, and they've not marked him. And Aaron Gies now for a magical moment for Bayer Leverkusen, maybe? Oh, it's well saved. It is well saved in the end. Well, great movement now from Borussia Dortmund, and Rashia causing us problems, but Jonathan Tah will clean it up. He won't clean it up very well. Rashia, dangerous position. Haaland, it's got to be 1-0. It's always going to be 1-0 when you let Haaland get in that position. And to be honest with you, it's the defensive clearance again, and he goes through that famous celebration, goes through and scores, and it's just, it's here. It's Jonathan Tah, just whack it anywhere but to them again, and then we're just all out of sorts and all out of position. We're corner right at the end of this half, and I'd rather avoid any more goals, to be honest with you. Oh, they nearly do as well. Dan Axel Zagadou goes extremely close there. We kind of just make it by. This is a much different game to the Gladbach game, and we're struggling, to be honest with you. We need to be quicker on the counter. This is a better start to the second half already. Kramaric now finds Palacios, who's going to try and slide in. Bailey, dangerous position for him. He always finishes in that position. Do not give him this opportunity, Dortmund. And there we go. We're right back in it. Start of the second half. And Leon Bailey again has just proven so pivotal this season. Since the Diaby injury, Diaby can't get himself back in the team because Leon Bailey has been on fire. And another near post finish curled in. Superb. Well, we needed a magical moment. We needed someone to help us get back into the game. And what a superb moment from Leon Bailey. Really was. A man that we rely on so much, and he's done the business for us there, hasn't he? He really has. Well, they've made a mistake there. We'll play this back to Aaron Geese, and we'll try and reset a little bit. Unfortunately for me today, the two main men on the pitch that you'd expect something from, that's not who I was trying to play the ball to, in Schick and Kramaric, not really done the business for us. Emre Can now. Oh, he wins it straight back. Oh, that was a great opportunity. We win it. Perez won it, and then he just got it straight back, and Brandt goes close. He really does. Great save from Hardecki again. We needed that. Dangerous corner now for Dortmund. What can we do with it? We need to be strong in this. Can we get to that, though? Oh, if Bailey gets to that, we're straight out here. Oh, we're in trouble now. Brandt again in a dangerous position, and there we go. Rashia gets the goal, and all of a sudden it's 2-1 Dortmund, and they've made corners count in this game. They really have, which is ridiculous when you think about the height difference with our three centre-backs. But they've made corners count. And this is just terrible. We've got completely mixed up. No one's picking up Rashia. First time, and Hardecki should do a million times better there, to be fair. Oh, spot Bailey making another run in a dangerous position. Will he do magic again? Oh, we can't find an opening. Really can't. They've got so many men back there. What are we going to do? Bellarabi now. It's his chance. Schick. Oh, my God. I thought that was it. I thought that was it again. Dangerous going forward, but just couldn't find the back of the net. The formation hasn't been too bad, to be fair. It's not been as good defensively as I would want, but we've made mistakes, and that's why we've conceded. Oh, Bailey now. We'll play that into Schick. We'll play that into Kramaric. We'll play that to Aaron Geese, and as you can see here, the game is not very wide open for us. Aaron Geese now, though. Kramaric tries to play in Schick for his goal. Patrick Schick! Finally, off the mark for us, really. It's going to be interesting to see how many goals it says he scored this season, because I don't think he's bloody scored many. But what a first touch, and then what a finish. Fantastic finish. And Leverkusen are right back in this, lads. Right back in it. That is his fourth goal of the season. We're over halfway, and Schick's fourth goal of the season tells you a story, doesn't it? So double sub. Torres on for Aaron Geese. Bellarabi off. And Diaby on. Diaby will go to the left. Bailey to the right. Dangerous position now. They've got the men advantage. What can they do with this? Brandt will try and fire it across. We do get a little knock on it. Luckily for us. Sancho now. First time he's really got in a dangerous position for them. He's been really ineffective in today's game, and I think that just goes to show how we've played. We win the ball there in the end, and we'll start moving it forward, will we? We will with Palacios, but that'll be it. It'll be full time, and to be honest with you, I will quite comfortably and happily take a 2-2 draw here against Dortmund, considering that they went up both times. I think it showed great fight back from the lads, and fantastic game, really, to be honest with you. But I'm very, very happy that we got 2 goals in this one and that we came back and we took some points here off of Dortmund. It'll do us some favours, but let's see how Gladbach got on. Well, it appears Gladbach drew as well. That means we're 2 points ahead of them in 6th place. And we've just played, obviously, Gladbach and Dortmund, so 2 of the bigger sides. And we're gaining a little bit on that 4th position where Dortmund are. Frankfurt still having a brilliant season, really, with 38 points. But yeah, we've turned our luck around a little bit. We certainly seem like we're heading to be a comfortable Europa League side. So we've received a transfer offer from Juve for Jonathan Tah. Again, nowhere near good enough. If it was a huge offer, I would accept this, given that we should be selling a player to Juve if it's a huge fee, but nowhere near big enough for me. Just doing the deadline day stuff, and I just can't help but look at this pop up on the news articles. The World News hero Schick grabs equaliser for Leverkusen. What a great moment for us, because obviously Schick just really hasn't done anything when I've used him, but I think the idea of partnering him and Kramaric together could be really fruitful for us in the future. We're going to offer it here for Paulinho from Nunes, and absolutely not even close to what I would say he's worth. The 20-year-old could potentially be a superstar in this squad, so nowhere near what I would accept. All right, guys, so deadline day is done and dusted. Let's take a quick look at some of the top deals. Koulibaly to Barcelona and Skriniar to Barcelona. So they're really strengthening that defence. Pablo Dybala to Real Madrid as well. You got Odegaard to Manchester United, Valverde to Liverpool. Some big transfers. Fabian to Dortmund, Paul Pogba to Real Madrid, Saul to Liverpool. Richarlison went to Juve. You got Joe Gomez going to Inter, Koke to Bayern Munich, Aubameyang going to Real Madrid, Luca Digne to Real Real Madrid. So all Spanish sides seem to be really trying to strengthen there. Obviously, some of these will have happened beforehand, but let's just take a look at the teams in Germany here and what business they've done. So I believe we start at Bayerfield. You've got 3.9 million spent from them. You've got Dortmund bringing in Rashia and Royce going the other way. Diallo in at Augsburg. Thomas Partey and Koke there to Bayern Munich, and Goretzka leaving the club. Schalke pretty much broke even. Stindl and Kappa coming in. Stasic, Stambouli leaving as well, which is interesting. Frankfurt signed Illa Mendy and no one went out. Hertha signed Lindelof and Mario Gaspar. Hertha someone to watch out for in the future as they've got a lot of money. Us, we didn't bring anything in, but we signed Torres and Perez. Almiron, Dembele and Elliott going to Gladbach. I'm assuming that's Musa Dembele. I can't see it being one of the young ones. Origi, Clark and Villa to Leipzig. Freiburg there. Roger Alaton, they kind of near enough made a little bit of profit. John Egan, I think that is there, to Hoffenheim. That's interesting. Union Berlin not doing much business either. Same with Stuttgart. A lot of teams here not being able to do much. Wolfsburg did. Kim Min-jae and Canales. I think Canales is a decent player. Bruma, though, leaving the club, although clearly he's either gone on a free or isn't valued much this year, which is interesting. Werder Bremen making money rather than spending it. Cologne spending 9 million but losing 2 players on a free. Mainz bringing in 3 players on a free. Patega being one of them and losing a player for 12 million. So that'll be the transfer window, guys, done and dusted. Pretty decent window for us. Let me know how you rate it. I think we did a good job in that window. Right, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. In the next one, we have an action-packed episode. I don't know how I'm going to split it up at the moment. We are going to play the Dortmund game in the Cup as the first game, purely because it's the quarter-final, and I want to see now if we could progress in the Pokal. And then my issue is I think we will probably play the Schalke game, sim the Cologne game, and then play the Ajax game, sim the Freiburg game, and I'm going to then split them up. The next episode will be the second leg against Ajax. We'll sim the Stuttgart game, and then figure out the month with having to play both legs of the Ajax game. I think that's probably the best way to do it. We're going to split the months a little bit differently now, with these big games. And as long as these big games, because the next European game will be in this month, it's probably going to be just over half a month, so like 2/3 of a month at a time. I think that's what we'll have to do going forward. But anyway, guys, I appreciate your support on the series so far. If you're new around here, please smash subscribe. And as always, guys, please hit the like button. Helps the videos do better. I hope you all are having a brilliant time and a good start to your weeks. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one, where hopefully we can make it to a semi-final of the Cup and get ourselves off with a great away result against Ajax.